apocalypse of Adam. British Empire, American Empire, the symbolic vision of the British Empire. And I stood, as it were, upon the sand of the sea, and I saw out of the sea a wild beast, England, ascending, having 10 horns and 7 heads, and upon his horns 10 diadems, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. And the wild beast which I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth was as the mouth of a lion. And to him the dragon gave his power, his throne, and his great dominion. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, yet was this wound of death healed, and the whole earth wondered in the train of the beast, and they adored the dragon which gave power to the beast. England worships the dragon. Every word of this prophecy applies with singular felicity to England and her characteristics. And they adored the beast also, saying, Who is like unto this beast, and who is able to make war against him? And there was given to him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies against the one God. And there was given to him power to make war for the space of 42 months, 1,260 days. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the one God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and those also who dwell with him in heaven. And it was permitted him to make war against the holy, and even to overcome them in war. And he had sway over every tribe and tongue and people and nation. And all who dwelled on earth adored him, those whose names are not enrolled in the book of life, and of the Lamb who was sacrificed from the foundation of the world. He that hath an ear, let him hear. If any man leadeth into captivity, he also shall be led into captivity. If any man killeth with the sword, he also shall be slain by the sword. This is the endurance and the faith of the holy, the symbolic vision of the American Empire. And I saw another wild beast ascending out of the earth, the American Empire, whose beginning was very humble. The 2 horns are north and south. America professes to be religious, but is in reality the servant of evil. Its bragging insolence is known. He spoke as a dragon, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, but he spoke as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast. America succeeds to the influence which England has. In the exhaustion of her minerals, England's weakness will be shown, and the beast made the earth and all who dwelled upon the earth, that they should adore the first wild beast, whose wound of death was healed. And he produced great signs, spirit-rapping and other blasphemous wonders, and that even fire should come down from heaven unto the earth in the sight of men. And he deceived those who dwelled upon the earth by the signs which it was permitted him to do, commanding those who dwelled upon the earth to make an image to that wild beast, which had the wound, and live by the sword. The American Empire will in every way imitate her mother England, from which she sprang. And after England is dead, America will revive its image on the earth in cruelty, destruction, land theft, selfishness, and superstition. And it was permitted to him to give life to the image of the wild beast, so that the image of the beast should both speak and do, that as many as adored not the image of the wild beast should suffer death. Those who do not in all respects conform to her crimes she will kill or persecute or condemn. And he caused all, both small and great, and the rich and the poor, and the free and the bond, that they should receive a mark either on the right hand or upon the foreheads of them. America uses the right hand force and the forehead intellect to uphold her wicked power, and in those 2 bear the unmistakable mark of the mother England, from which America sprang. Observe, the beast always leaves its mark upon his followers. To buy and sell, that is, to make money by any and every kind of traffic, is the main object of her existence. Money is America's God. America worships the dollar and calls it the Almighty. If this be not the indubitable mark of the beast, I know not what is. And that no man should buy or sell unless he possess that mark, either the name of the wild beast or his number, or the number of the wild beast's name. Here is the wisdom to be shown. Let him who is wise calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is Chi-Jibao, which is the primeval name of the Americas, the final overthrow of all evil dominions. And I saw the wild beast and the rulers of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him who rode upon the white horse and against the armies that were with him. And the beast was taken, and with him his false priests, who wrought their jugglery and trickery before him, wherein they deceived those who wore his brand, and who adored the image of the wild beast. They were cast alive into the lake of fire, the lake that burns with brimstone. The rest was slain by the sword of him who sat upon the white horse, by the sword that came out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. The overthrow of the silencing of Ariel, the magnitude and importance of woe to Ariel, for I will distress Ariel, and its strength and treasure shall be mine, and I will enclose thee in a circle, and I will cast a trench round thee, and I will raise towers about thee, and thy boasting shall be humble to the dust, and unto the earth thy words shall sink, and they shall be as the words of one who speaketh out of the earth, and thy voice shall be lowered to the ground. But the wealth of the ungodly shall be as dust from a wheel, and the multitude of them who oppress thee as flying chaff, and it shall be suddenly as a moment from the Lord of hosts. For there shall be a visitation with thunder, and earthquake, and great outcries, a tempest hurrying on, and the all-devouring flame of fire. And the multitude of all the nations together, who shall pitch their tents against Ariel, and all who are leagued together against it, and who join themselves so as to bring affliction upon it, shall be as the dream of one who dreameth in the night. And as they who in their sleep drink and eat, and when they have arisen, their dream is vain, and in the same way as a thirsty man dreams as if he drank, but when he hath awakened he still thirsts, and his soul hath hoped in vain, so shall be the multitude of all the nations who have pitched their tents against Ariel. Stay yourselves in wonder, pause and be astonished, stagger ye, but not from strong drink, nor from wine, for the Lord hath mingled for you the spirit of a profound sleep, and he will shut up the eyes of them, and of their prophets, and of their princes, who see the hidden things. And all these things shall be to you as the words of this sealed book, which if they shall give to a learned man, saying, Read this, he then shall say, I cannot read it, for it is sealed. And this same book shall be delivered into the hands of a man who is not learned, and they shall say to him, Read this, and he shall answer, I know not letters. Wherefore the Lord has said, These peoples draw near to me with their mouth, and with their lips do give me praise, but their heart is far from me, and their worship is as naught, being founded on the commandments and teachings of men. Therefore will I proceed to remove this people, and I will remove them, and I will destroy the wisdom of their teachers, and I will wrap up the understanding of their prudent men. Woe to them who devise deep counsels without the Lord. Woe to them who work their plots in secret, and whose deeds are done in darkness. And they say, Who hath seen us, and who shall know us, or what we do? Is it not as if the clay should cry out against the potter, and the work exclaim against the maker thereof? Thou didst not make me. Or the thing framed should say to him who fashioned it, Thou hast not made me wisely? And in that day the deaf shall hear the words of this book, and out of the darkness and out of obscurity the eyes of the blind shall see, and the meek shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the hopeless among men shall be filled with gladness. Isaiah 29:9. Apokatastasis is the belief that all things, ultimately all souls, will be restored to harmony with God, the transformation of the earth of man. The whole human race will perish, and there will be a new creation of creatures of a higher order before the final apocastasis of the earth. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, at my rebuke I will make the sea a desert, And I will change the rivers into a wilderness, and the fishes shall rot for want of water, and they shall perish in their thirst. I will clothe the heaven with darkness, and I will make its covering like sackcloth. Who is there among you that feareth the Lord? Let him hearken to the voice of his Son, you who walk in darkness, and unto whom there is no light. Trust ye in the name of the Lord, and turn yourselves unto God. Behold, all you who kindle a fire, and prevail with flame, and walk ye in the light of your fire, and in the flame which you have kindled, this you shall have of me, that you shall lie down in sorrow. My righteousness is near at hand, and as light my salvation shall go forth, and in mine arm shall the nations hope. The islands shall wait upon me, and in my arm shall their trust be placed. Lift up your eyes to heaven, and cast them down upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall fade away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old as a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my justice shall not fail. Go you swift messengers to a nation rent and torn in pieces, to a strange and harsh people. For thus said the Lord to me, for there shall be security in my city, even as the noon light is clear, and it shall be as a cloud of dew in the day of harvest, before the reaping time, when the flower has been completely formed, and the unripe grape has put forth its flower and blossom. Then shall he take away the little clusters with pruning hooks, and shall take away the small branches and cut them off.